So which is better, BookFunnel or Instafreebie? Today, we're going to talk about the reasons I think one of them is better than the other and why. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa. I'm a booktuber, an author tuber, and I love talking about TV. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday. Now, today we're going to talk about which is better, BookFunnel or Instafreebie for delivering books. And the reason, first of all, let's just take a step back. Why would you even need either of those services if you've never heard of them? Now, if you've ever tried to give a book away, and we're talking about ebooks online, you probably have asked people, and I think this is really tough for people who aren't very tech savvy, hey, do you want Mobi or do you want EPUB or do you want a PDF? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to know what PDF is, but they're not going to know Mobi or EPUB, and they're going to say to you, well, how do I get it on my Kindle, right? Like, I just want to read it on my Kindle. Stop asking me so many technical questions. And that is really the hardest part for people who purchase your book. It's the same exact reason that people are not selling their ebooks directly on their website, because people are getting confused. They're like, I don't know if I need to buy an EPUB or Mobi. When I go to Kindle, I just buy a Kindle and it's just there on my book. I just buy the book, right? Like, stop confusing me with all of these questions. So that's the reason that BookFunnel and Instafreebie exist. Now, to the extent that you can help eliminate any of that confusion, I think that BookFunnel does not do as good of a job as Instafreebie. Instafreebie does ask, but it will put in parentheses for you, this is for Kindle, or this is for your Nook, or for, you know, PDF or whatever. So I think Instafreebie is vastly easier for users, your end users, your readers to use than BookFunnel is. So point for Instafreebie there. Second is on cost, right? So you as an author have costs, and everyone wants to bring their costs down. Now, the difference between costs is Instafreebie is more expensive than BookFunnel. I know some people have said it the opposite way, and the reason it's so confusing is because when you go to the BookFunnel site, the prices are listed in annual terms. So when you see $100, that's $100 for the year. It's not $100 per month. That would be insane. No one would pay that much money. So Instafreebie, though, is $20. They have 3 plans. It's a free, a 20, and a 50. So if you want, I have the $20 one, and you pretty much need the $20 one if you're going to collect emails, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But they have a second version, which is $50, and that's only if you want to use multiple pen names. Now, I have multiple pen names, but I just go ahead and I just use the $20 plan, and I put everything under one pen name. I'm not really too concerned about that, especially at the Instafreebie price point. In fact, you're better off, I know this is crazy, having 2 Instafreebie accounts with 2 author names instead of paying the $50, right? Because then you're only paying $40 a month. But anyways, let's go back to the cost for BookFunnel. So BookFunnel does not have a free option. So that's like not at all, whereas Instafreebie does. BookFunnel, you can pay $20 for the year, when that breaks down to like $1.66 a month, or you can pay $100 for the year, and then instead that, it doesn't break down, but instead they give you an option where you could pay $10 per month, so that's half the cost of Instafreebie. Or they have another plan, which is $250 a month, which I don't remember, that breaks down to $20.83. So that's about the equivalent of Instafreebie. And if you want to collect emails, so let's talk about that next. So cost, for sure, BookFunnel wins. I know. Everyone says Instafreebie wins. That's not true. BookFunnel does win on cost. However, Instafreebie does have a free option. So it's, I don't want to say it's a tie, because they're very different on what you can get with each of those services. The third thing we're going to talk about is email. So obviously, I think the main point of doing a free book giveaway is to collect emails and build your list. Now, with Instafreebie, it does 2 things. One, it collects emails for you, but it also, if you're on the paid plan, it integrates those emails with a third-party email provider. So here's the difference. If you are doing the free plan with Instafreebie and you are just collecting emails, it's in a CSV file. Now you have to take that CSV file and you have to upload it to your email provider periodically, and you have to keep track, because if someone opts in, let's say you do your month, you import that list monthly because you send out a monthly newsletter. If you imported that on January 4th, you have to remember the next month when you import your next list to import people from the 5th through today, whatever today is, right, of that next month. So you don't want to double import, because what could happen is you could import somebody a second time who has opted out of your list. And now they're going to be really annoyed because they've opted not to get your emails anymore, but because you brought their name in a second time, they've been added to the list even though they tried to opt out. So that is one annoying part of having to do the CSV file manually. The other nice part about the email integration is when someone downloads your book, you can follow up right away. And so that's what we're going to be talking about in my course, Email Marketing for Authors. We're going to be talking about that funnel. Like, how do you create that funnel? Like, you check in with people. Hey, can you leave a review? Did you like the book? Did you not like the book? Do you want to be on my ARC team, right? So when it's fresh in their mind, they're more apt to be responsive and be excited about your email, versus like a month later, they might be like, who the heck are you? Who is Nora Roberts, right? Like, why are you emailing me? So that is another huge advantage to having the email integrated right away. Now, with BookFunnel, you are not going to be able to integrate email unless you pay for the $10 per month plan. The other plan, which is $1.63 per month, does not have any email, does not have any CSV files, nothing. You can do absolutely nothing. You have to do at least the $10 per month plan. So once the difference between the two is that the email integrations for Instafreebie, they only have two right now. They have MailChimp and MailerLite, versus the BookFunnel integrations are those two, plus they have ConvertKit, they have ActiveCampaign and Aweber, but I forbid you to use Aweber. It is seriously the worst. They're going to double charge you for emails. We'll talk about that later, but don't do Aweber. But the point is, they do have two more email integrations that you could possibly use depending on which email service that you are using currently. So the fourth thing that we're going to talk about is discoverability. So BookFunnel has zero in the way of discoverability. They don't provide BookFunnel as a service to anyone but authors. So really, if you have a captive audience already, you're not looking to add any new readers unless you, the author, pay for it yourself. You do a Facebook ad, you do a BookBub ad, whatever you're doing, you're paying for that yourself. Then that makes sense to use BookFunnel. But if you are trying to find new readers, 100,000% Instafreebie is the way to go. So for me, in my mind, I would rather just pay the $20 per month for Instafreebie, because I'm probably going to spend that anyway on marketing or for Facebook ads. So this is free advertising built into the platform for you. And I have been featured twice on Instafreebie, even though they have a ton of authors, and that has helped my book download scale up by like 1,000 each time I'm featured. Now, they also have promos that you can do for free on Instafreebie, and you can throw those. You can join another promo. People are always doing promos, and every time I do one of those, I get at least 1,000 to 1,500 new emails or new readers on my mailing list. So these are also, to me, these are just hands down the number one reason why you should be using Instafreebie instead of BookFunnel. So I hope that helped. So let's recap. What did we talk about? First, we just talked about why you would use either of these two services, and that's so that you can deliver books without people emailing you saying, how do I get this on my Kindle? The second thing is we talked about cost, and BookFunnel is cheaper, although Instafreebie does have a free option. The third thing we talked about was email and integrations, and with BookFunnel, you have to upgrade to the middle tier, which is at least $10 a month in order to get emails, but they do have more integrations than Instafreebie. And the fourth thing that we talked about was discoverability, and hands down, there's zero discoverability on BookFunnel, so it's not even a contest. Instafreebie wins, hands down. They also have promos. So I would strongly recommend doing Instafreebie. I would do the $20 per month, even if you have multiple pen names. I would maybe just open up a second account then with Instafreebie rather than doing the $50 per month where you have multiple pen names. And I would just recommend Instafreebie overall anyway. So that is my favorite tool, and that's the one I recommend. And I do have a tutorial on how to create your Instafreebie account, and I will leave that in the link below in the description below, and I hope that was helpful. So leave a comment, please, and let me know which one you use and why, and it is totally okay to disagree with me. I'm always looking for new perspectives, and there might be another author in a different situation that might have a different opinion and agree with yours as well. So I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.